So when you receive your labeler, you will also get a kit here with the regulator in it, and this is essential for the labeler to work properly, and this needs to be mounted on the wall with the filter downwards because it works through gravity, and once it's plugged in it would look like this. And for the 34 millimeter labeler, it needs to be at 3 bars, which is roughly 45 psi, and that's adjusted by the cap here. So this would usually be mounted vertically, but for our testing purposes, this one is okay. So you get this hose here, the 6 millimeter hose, which is a quick disconnect system, and you'll see how that works really soon. And that allows you to plug in the regulator into the labeler machine. So the labeler itself comes in a separate box here, and it looks like this here, and you do have the indication for 3 bars for the pressure, and that's because of the width, 34 millimeters, sorry. So you take your quick disconnect hose here, and this simply inserts into this portion here, the female portion, and you just want to push it all the way down. To remove it, you need to press down on this portion here, and then it slides back out. So it's easy and quick, but just have to remember that and make sure it's in tight. And this you would usually plug directly here into the filter. Instead of removing this, we had an adapter just for our testing purposes. So again, quick disconnect, you just slide it in, and that's fine. So we're ready to use the labeler. You take your roll of labels here, get ready, we remove the cover, and we don't put it far because we want to put it back on right away, because if we forget, then all of this is for nothing. So we grab our labels here, make sure that the labels are facing outwards, like this. We're going to slide it on here, and right away, just so that we don't forget, we will lock this into place, and that way there's no danger of it falling down as we manipulate the labeler. We want to leave ourselves around a foot or so. I just want to get rid of this this label that closed up the roll here, so I'll just remove that, give myself roughly a foot here, and then this needs to be threaded in the proper sequence. So we're going to go behind this roll bar here, and then we're going to go inside here. I'm just going to show for the purposes of the camera, just going to back up here a little bit, and this is important, that this here slides underneath this stainless steel roller here. I should have torn this off a little straighter, but that's okay, we'll manage. And then it goes on top of here, and it just slides along underneath these here. Okay, so this comes underneath here, and so we pull it along, so we get around the right length that we're looking for, and here we can just simply move this back to where we wanted it to be. I think I twisted it once, sorry about that. I will just take this and put it correctly here, and remember it needs to go behind this plastic roll bar just here. So here we go, and we will lock this back into place. Here we go. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove, no, I won't remove that. I'll just be careful not to get it going. So we go back underneath here. Very important to be below this roll bar here. And actually I did this wrong. This needs to go in front of this roll bar. And this one, you latch it on here, onto the steps here, and it needs to be nice and tight on each here, and this is where it needs to go, behind this roll bar here, in order to have as much contact as possible with the drive roller here, at least a half roll, and then we get to our portion here. So we want to bend our labels back here. What we can do is we can rip it off here, we don't need that much excess, and we just slide it into the notch. If I can get this done right. There we go. So you can pull it back a little bit without snapping it off, just to give a little bit of loose here. So we want to pull this tight here so that there's no play when this mechanism actually starts to work. And we just need to advance a little bit here ideally catching the extra labels as they roll over here, just that we don't have useless labels just sticking around. So basically, our labeler is ready to roll. This label here should be just at the very edge here, ready to go. And since we have the pressure on our gun, we're basically ready to start working. So as soon as this arm goes upwards, it hits a micro switch and it ejects one label. So if for whatever reason you find that it's going a little too fast, you can reduce the air pressure slightly. If it's going a bit too slow, you can increase it slightly, but around 3 bars is going to be perfect. So once we get used to it, we can change these rolls in under 30 seconds. I'm just not very fast myself, and so you're ready to go. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@america-label.com or call us at our head office. Thank you very much.